M Life Nation, I am so excited to be here today, and I'm really excited to talk to you about TikTok. I don't know if you guys know, but it's a really incredible platform for you to be growing your exposure, gaining your following. It is the Instagram of 2011, okay? So if you are not on TikTok, I know, guys, I'm 36 and I'm considered a boomer on TikTok, which I think is quite funny. But guess what? There's a lot of other people out there that are our age that's jumping onto the platform. Here's why. Like I just said, being on TikTok is like the 2011 of Instagram. How many of you would have killed to be on Instagram and been one of the first people to grow a following on Instagram when it was just gaining traction? I know I would have. I would have done anything to be part of that platform, to be able to person that has hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of followers, because you caught onto the platform before everybody else. Now, here's the thing. TikTok has been downloaded 1.5 billion times, and 72% of the people that have downloaded TikTok are over 18. So the 72%, which I'm sure is going to expand as people wake up and recognize what this is, because let's be honest, okay? We've been watching social media platforms change and morph over the past couple of years. We have LinkedIn for business. We have Facebook for, kind of like blogging, like it was like our way to connect with friends and family and show photos and do all that kind of stuff. More written text until they've started to introduce stories. Now stories are becoming more popular. Instagram was the picture version of Facebook. Lots of pictures, less talking, less words, more pictures, more visual stimulation, and also more stories, right? The stories are at the top. The stories where you can do polls and videos and connect with people. That's where you're making all the money. Hey, Amanda, how's it going? Hey, Casey. Hey, guys, nice to see you all. So here's the important part. We have to learn to pivot. We have to learn, I'm not saying you have to be good at every single platform, but I do believe in having your information available on all platforms, especially because we don't own any of them, right? So having information available across all platforms basically makes your business bulletproof, including YouTube. And you can, again, connect TikTok to Instagram, those two as well. But what the exciting thing for me is the amount of exposure that you can get very, very quickly. I'm not saying that I am a guru at TikTok, but I'm saying that in the last less than 2 months, okay? I want you to listen to this. Less than 2 months, I have over 7,500 followers, and my videos have been loved. So viewed way more than this, but loved over 110,000 times. Okay, in less than 2 months. You cannot get those followers and exposure on Facebook. You cannot get those followers and exposure on Instagram. You cannot get those followers and exposures on LinkedIn that fast. You simply cannot do it. But here's where the magic happens. I talked about Facebook being part of kind of like a blog community where you post photo albums and you connect with friends and family, and then Instagram was more like pictures and influence. Well, TikTok is focusing on video, and we all know that video is what is pushing us into this century. This is what this next decade is going to be about, is pushing video, seeing people's authentic personalities show up, value-driven content, and you can create curiosity. Here's the amazing part is that when you gain all of this exposure, because you can have random things go viral on TikTok still, like have hundreds of thousands of views in a couple of weeks. The cool thing is when you decide that you're going to use this platform, it pulls people into your Instagram. It pulls people in your Facebook. I was somebody, the reason I'm such an advocate for being available across all platforms is because I lost my Facebook. I lost my thousands and thousands of followers. I lost my 5,000 friends. I lost all my contact information. And that was a huge learning lesson for me. So when I recognize that I can take other social media platforms and allow them to work together and work smart. So I'm going to do a 10-minute Facebook video. I'm going to also upload that to LinkedIn. I'm going to upload that to IGTV. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I can do all of those things. With TikTok, I can do a 15-second to 60-second video and upload it to my stories. So I'm working smart and gaining exposure. What I've noticed is because I lost that original account, it's been extremely hard for me to grow my following, grow my friends list without getting flagged, without telling me I can't add any more people, or without adding people to groups. I'm getting flagged for adding people to groups. All these algorithms are making things a little bit more difficult over here, right? Well, what I've noticed since I started with TikTok 2 months ago was that I'm getting 30 to 50 friend requests on Facebook. My followers on Instagram are going up, and it's because I'm pulling people from TikTok. I don't even have to do the work. I just have to show up a couple of times a day, 2 or 3 times a day doing video, right? Hey, Melissa, how's it going? I see a whole bunch of you guys tuning in. Sorry if I missed you. Hi, Alice. Hi, Julie. Hi, is it Lucretia? Is that how I say your name? Oh God, I'm going to mess it up. Please send me a voice message and tell me how to say your name so I don't mess it up ever again. I'm not even kidding. Please do that because I really don't like messing things up. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can go viral on TikTok. I'm going to talk to you about the trends that you can use. I'm going to talk to you about how to use this platform to gain exposure and pull those people into other social media platforms. Because if you go on there and you do business, because of the demographic, you're not going to get a whole bunch of hits. However, you can create curiosity and then pull people onto your other platforms where you're, again, creating curiosity and probably doing longer live videos, right? Because how much can you say in 15 seconds to 60 seconds? So what you want to focus on is copying viral trends. Do you want to know how to find viral trends? You don't even have to guess. You don't even have to Google. The app tells you. Okay, so there's a little discover button on the bottom, and it's got a little magnifying glass. When you click that, it shows you the hashtags that are trending. Those hashtags are what are getting the most views. There's also trending music on there. So I highly suggest that even if you are doing a speaking TikTok, that you put a trending song underneath and just put the volume down and put your volume up, because you'll show up on the page of the trending music. So that's another way to kind of get more bang for your buck and more exposure, okay? It is actually, guys, I was terrified. I was really terrified to start doing things a little bit differently, to learn a new platform. Often I tell myself, because my background is in hair, I'm an arts person. I'm a creative brain, but I didn't think I was technologically smart enough to learn a new app, to learn a new platform. I'm just going to be totally 100 with you. I'm just going to be so real because I was nervous. I was nervous to try and figure it out. But once I got on there, I actually started having fun. I was laughing more. I said to my husband, oh my God, Facebook and Instagram have become such a, not a chore, but okay, content creation, all that kind of value driven stuff. It's a lot to think about and a lot to think about your audience. But I said to my husband, oh my God, I'm actually having fun again. This is actually hilarious and I'm having fun. I saw Gary Vee talk about it a little bit, and he said, spend a little bit of time every day on there and you'll start to understand what people are doing to gain exposure. You'll see the videos that have 1 million views. You'll see the videos that don't have any views, and you'll start to understand what trends to follow. So you go into the discover button with a little magnifying glass and there's trending hashtags. How can you put your original spin on those trending hashtags? Right now, there's a trending hashtag that says got to look, hashtag so we decide, hashtag chaotic pets, hashtag different breed. I loved a couple of weeks ago, farm life was trending because I live on a farm, and I was like, this is so easy. I just put funny sound to farm animals. It's easy. And I don't mean to discredit the effort that it takes to learn a new platform, because I understand that it's a shift, but it is so freaking fun. It's really, really so fun. So, hi Marina, nice to see you, girl. So what I want to talk about is how to gain some exposure. Number one, you got to be authentically you. Show up like you. Show up and have fun. I really love staying on trend and on brand and talking about the things that create curiosity. I literally had this in my hand and said that this is my brain fuel and that I don't get tired anymore. This is my productivity in a packet. Thank you so much for that. And I had people reaching out saying, hey, I'm a mom. What is that? I want it, right? Or they'll reach out to me if you're not connected. It's not quite the same as Facebook and Instagram because you can't message unless you're following that person or that person's following you. So I had people reach out on Instagram and say, hey, I saw your video on TikTok. Don't worry about the details. Think about the exposure and think about how quickly, because you could be brilliant at marketing. You could put out incredible content, but if people aren't seeing your things, people aren't seeing your posts, then there's no point in doing it anyways. So what are you doing this year to show up and get more exposure? That's what I knew I had to work on. I knew that I had great content, but I couldn't figure out how to get more people seeing my stuff. This is the answer. Do not miss the boat on this app. If you like to travel, if you have cute kids, if you have a dog, if you find your niche and then continue to show up like that day in, day out. If you put out and you follow the trends and you do what I'm telling you and you put out 2 to 3 pieces of content a day, you're going to grow your followers very, very, very quickly. Oh, right on, Crystal. So you and I, hashtag farm life. Let's do this. I usually hashtag city girl on a farm, or if I'm around Marina, I say moms and flip-flops, because I am not a moms and heels. I just can't do it. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about this. Embrace your uniqueness and be the real you, right? Like, you'll see a lot of people doing like dance tutorials. Guys, I got 2 left feet. I'd fall on my face. Like, I would be terrible at doing dance tutorials and I'd look awful. You should check out Marina's though. She's pretty awesome at it. So I'm not going to show up and I'm not going to do dance videos because that's not my thing. I'm going to show up and I'm going to do point of view, so POV, and I'm going to do inspirational or motivational talks. I'm going to create curiosity with our products. I'm going to show my life. One of my favorite videos is like lip syncing to somebody else. You'll know the one that I'm talking about. It's lip syncing, saying that I'm going to be in jail for someone on my side. Just go watch that video. I won't, because it has swear words in it, so I won't say it here, but it's pretty funny. Commit to being yourself and following the trends. Like, just commit, say, you know what, I'm going to do a TikTok. I'm going to do 2 TikToks a day for the next 3 months and see what happens. And I bet you'll really, really surprise yourself. Okay. I bet you'll surprise yourself. If you guys have teenagers or anybody over the age of 8, I am so jealous, because you can learn from your teenagers, because certainly they're on there with their friends, okay? Here's a really great way to get people engaging with you, because TikTok works the same way as Facebook and Instagram. When you comment back, when you love people's comments, you're going to get more exposure. So if you go through and you comment on a few things that you're on the For You page before you post your TikTok, you're going to get more viewers. When you get a whole bunch of comments on your post, comment back to people. People are shocked when the original content creator messages them back, and you gain a really, really quick following. Take care of the people that are already following you. If you want to grow a big following, take care of the people that are with you from the beginning, and those people will learn to love you and they will tell their friends. So when you take care of people and you don't ignore their comments and you message them back and you ask questions and you start building a relationship, again, pulling people into other platforms. So super, super great way to gain exposure and meet way more people. So what you can do to boost your exposure is ask questions on your captions. You have the ability to put captions on your video or little words that pop up. When you are editing your video and you type in, you simply touch the word and you can either edit it or you can set the duration so that if I want to talk about how to make an impact, I can put that as a little bubble, and then I can list the different ways coming up in my video of how you can make an impact, right? So you can do all of these little edits. There are tons of tools to use. The best way to learn is get in there, get your hands dirty, and start playing around with videos. If you're spending half an hour a day working on a TikTok and going through the For You page and following, then you're going to be able to hone your skills fairly quickly. If I don't know how to do something, I use Google and I go and watch a tutorial on YouTube. It is that simple. If I can figure this out, you guys can totally figure this out, okay? So ask questions. Ask questions in your video. Make people respond to you. Duets. You can duet with celebrities. You can find their video and do a duet with them, and it's actually a lot of fun. You can do pep talks or point of view. So you can do motivational speeches for 15 seconds to 60 seconds. You can use short little captions that will captivate your audience and bring them in, and use those trending hashtags in the discover button, because those trending hashtags are what people are viewing right now, and those change every single day. You can use 6 to 10 hashtags, which I highly recommend, because that's another way that people can find you. But again, don't use the hashtags that are like 1 billion or 600 million people. Try and find your niche hashtags. Hey, Cynthia. Try and find your niche hashtags that are small. So like 25,000 to maybe 250,000, or even up to 1 million. But when you find your niche, because what you'll find is if you do what I'm telling you to do and follow the trends and like do the viral trends and put your own spin on the viral trends, when you do those things, your videos can go viral. I've had a video that has almost 400,000 views. Some people that are watching me have had a random video go viral and have 1 million views or 800,000 views. And when this happens, all of a sudden your viewers go up. That's how you get thousands and thousands of followers in a couple of months, right? And when you do that, these videos are amazing for exposure and to bring people to you. But the daily videos that you're doing, so maybe you're getting 100 to 300 views a day. Those are your niche people that keep showing up and watching your video. Maybe you're getting 1,000 to 2,000 or 2,000 to 3,000 views a day on average for your videos. Those are your niche people. So that's what you want to do, is you want to grow your daily exposure. And so it is a little bit about the viral videos because you're going to bring people in as followers, but then it's keeping their attention and keeping on trend. So when you have a video go viral, continue down that path and continue to talk about the same things, or try and create content that is similar to that. Okay. Create curiosity, right? Like I said, I have a TikTok that I did the other day from conference, from SRC, and I was poured the go in. Just going to take another sip of that. If you guys have not got on this is unbelievable. Like, this changed my life in 5 days. I'm not even kidding. I am not tired. Look how fast I'm talking, and I haven't messed up my words. And I also, like, my productivity is through the roof. I have so much better focus. I'm blown away, right? So all I have to do is tell somebody that, not mention the name, and people will reach out to me. And if they can't reach out to me on TikTok, they're reaching out to me on Instagram. So don't think about having issues about communication. It's not necessarily the platform that you're going to go prospect on, because you can't prospect people that you're not following. You're going to pull people and get your exposure on your other social media platforms. And that's where you're going to expose them even more to who you are and what you do. And you've got more time there, right? Work smart, share your TikTok stories to your other stories, like share to your Instagram story, share to your Facebook story. You can use little questions and say, hey, if you've got TikTok, what's your handle? I'll follow, right? And expose yourself in different ways and let people know that you're on TikTok. It's pretty interesting how many people you'll actually find over there. Your best times are mid-morning to midday. Keep in mind that TikTok is also huge in India. Just going to put it out there. It's huge in India. So if you're posting at different times of the day, you're hitting different markets. You can also hashtag and search for those markets, because what happens is that they geotag you and you end up seeing, like, I see a ton of Canadian content. I see a ton of videos from Canada because I'm in Canada. You'll see a ton of videos from the US if you're in the US, or if you're in Australia, see Australia videos, right? So you're going to see where you are the most, but you can find other niche markets and you can pull viewers from there simply by interacting. If you start interacting with people, they recognize that you've been there before. They recognize that you've interacted and commented on their stuff before. Now, like I said before, using music trends as well, super awesome, because you're going to get more exposure, because you're going to get exposure on your hashtags, you're going to get exposure on your music. You can put music into talking videos afterwards by clicking the sounds button. And then when you click sounds again, you can balance the volume. So you can move the volume way down on the sound and your volume speaking up, so that you still just show up on that trending music, even if you're not using the music. So it's just another way to get more exposure. The other thing that I encourage you to do is go in there and read all of the terms and conditions, because you are not allowed to sell from stage there, okay? You're not allowed to sell from stage. You're not allowed to pitch your like legit pitch sales product. You're not allowed to talk about, recruiting business, right? We're very careful about those words now. Business building. You can give value and talk to people about it so they reach out to you, but definitely go through and read what you're allowed and not allowed to do, because what happens if you don't, and say you use a song, this will be the number one reason you'll get banned or shadow banned. And what shadow ban means is that your stuff will not show up on the For You page, and you want your stuff on the For You page because that's where most people are going to see it. If you're not on the For You page and it doesn't hit well when it lands, only your followers are going to see it. Okay. So you want to make sure that you show up on that For You page. The way that they will ban you and shadow ban you from that is if you don't follow the policies and procedures from TikTok. And having certified or music that on there that is somebody else's sound, pulling somebody else's sound is something that they will get rid of you for. Or if you are not using authenticated music from the platform, which you can pick there. But if you go out and search, or you're pulling music from wherever and you don't have the rights to use that music, they will ban your video and they'll shadow ban you. So be really careful about that. How to build relationships here. So like I said, taking care of your fans, even if you have 2 comments, make sure you respond to those 2 comments. There's one of my videos right now that has like 3,800 comments, and I go through a couple times a day and I answer 10 of them, because every time I answer, somebody adds me, right? Because that's so rare that the content creator actually answers. And again, that engagement is going to get you showing up more in the For You page. And you know, love on their post and bump their posts. Feel free to share other people's posts. If you really like what they have to say, they know that you're sharing. They're going to start paying attention to what you're doing. You know, I'm all about collaboration. I'm all about finding people that we can collaborate with and work together and raise the bar as a whole. So why not go in there and find people that you really like and ask them to do a live video on Facebook? I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my own advice today and actually get on that. Because I've only done it a couple of times, but now I'm like, oh man, like I got to pull this. I'm just thinking right now, I had a light bulb moment right while I'm doing a live video of a couple of people that I want to do live videos with on Facebook. So I'm going to pull them over there and do it that way. After you have 1,000 followers, okay, after you have 1,000 followers, you can go live on the platform. Here's exciting news. You can go live on the platform and people can pay you in gifts. So you can actually make money on TikTok when you have 1,000 followers and you go live. People can purchase coins that are a certain amount of money. And just like we put heart buttons or we put gift buttons, we put happy face or likes on our videos, people can send those to you and you can make money. Make money. My God, why not double dip, right? Why not provide value? Why not show up when you're bored and gaining exposure and gaining followers and show up live and give people some value and they pay you on the spot for it? What? Like, it's kind of like the whole stars thing on Facebook, except for this is in real time and they'll deposit those gifts into your account. It's brilliant. It's seriously brilliant. Like, I really feel that this platform is going to blow up. And if you're on it now, you're doing everything right, right? Like, think about, again, Instagram 2011. Don't you wish that you were on that? I certainly do, because when I started my online business, I didn't even have Instagram. I didn't know what end was up. So that is really important. I really want to just hammer that in, how important it is that the future of social is video and that you have that opportunity to grow a massive following right now. Like I said, 2 months, I've been on 2 months and I have over 7,500 followers. Like, where can you do that anywhere else? I know that some people on here, I think, have had like 800 views or 800,000 views and have like 10,000 followers. Like, you can really just blow it up by creating value. And so most people's attention is only 30 to 60 seconds, right? The fact that you guys are still on here, thank you so much. But like, really, people's attention span is 30 to 60 seconds. And that's what you're getting. You're getting sound bites from people before they move on. You can also, which I love, is save drafts. So if you watch TikTok, you'll see some of them, there are transitions in the TikTok. Again, you got to play around with it a little bit. You can record just sections and then continue to record. You pick a 15-second or a 60-second soundbite and you can just like record as much as you want. But you can also save them as drafts. So the other day on my way down to SRC, I was doing a video that I was snapping and doing different sections of that video, and I could save the draft so that I could do it throughout my entire trip. There are people that have spent months like doing 1-second pictures and seeing the transition over a month in weight loss or in skincare or whatever it is. And so you can show that on there. You can show people your journey. You can show people what you're up to. And I really love that. So how are you going to turn these followers and these leads into potential? Like I said, you're going to pull them off off onto a different platform. You're going to pull them into Instagram. You're going to pull them into YouTube. You're going to pull them into Facebook. And that's where you're going to start the conversation. That's when you're going to say you really appreciate them showing up and you really appreciate them reaching out and you really appreciate that they're there to support you on social media. And then you can start a conversation, because that's what we're working on here, right? We're working on conversations, not necessarily sales, but conversations. And when you realize that your message, what you're out there to make an impact with, is more important than the products you sell, that's when you're going to start making a bigger difference and more people are going to come towards you. So make sure that you are on there. You're creating a couple pieces of content every day. Have fun with your kids. Get your kids to help you if they're over 8. I'm so jealous. I got to figure this out all on my own. Connect with people in a way that you feel authentic. If you feel good about ranting, and being funny, if you're like you have a funny personality, get on there and give your point of view and be honest with people. People appreciate that. Stay compliant. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message, comment here. I'm going to go through and check the comments probably a little bit later today. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Again, I'm not a guru, but it's been pretty incredible to see the growth in the last couple of months there. And I just don't want you to miss out. I think so many of you guys have so much to give. And if we are on there now, as this platform grows and expands and changes, you're going to crush your business and you're going to get more exposure than you could have ever gotten anywhere else. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for having me and for showing up today. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.